At the end of this, to have a chat about some collaboration with the NUT. So I've asked a couple of people from the Commission, but anyone else who wants to join us, that's fine as well. Okay, so I'm going to hand you over to Gabrielle, who's the chair of the Commission, and Gabrielle is sitting in some looks very nice place actually, wherever you are, in the US, and she's going to talk for about. Well, talk for 15 minutes again, and I'll cut you off because we need to get back to our programme, okay? Okay?
Thank you ever so much, and it's so nice to join you. I'm so delighted that I'll be able to listen to the video recordings of some of the talks. And thank you so much, Sarah, and Jeff, and in particular for contributions today. Am I coming? No. Okay. What's happening?
Breaking up a bit, sound-wise.
Yeah, is it?
Keep talking.
Okay, fine. Okay, just want to make a few small points about the work of the Commission. And the first one is about policy advocacy. When Laurie and I were thinking about a title for this proposal, we very carefully thought about what we put beside the word poverty. And so we deliberately used the term policy advocacy, because it has a certain open-endedness. And as you know, in the 4 symposiums that have taken place so far in Leeds, Cardiff, Belfast and Glasgow, we've been directly working with issues of poverty, and this symposium today is looking at the words policy advocacy. And of course, the challenge for all of us these days is at what level, to whom, can we generally, who can we influence? And this is where your knowledge and what you've been imparting to us today is particularly important. What is the role of the university today in these kinds of debates? First is, we think very strongly that part of what we have to do is to develop alternative sources of poverty. We want to stay very much in contact with teachers, and we've had at most of this symposium teachers present. And we're asking to what extent can we indeed have any effect on policy in these enormously divergent policy contexts, where the two extreme ends almost, I'm sure we've been discussing this all day, are Wales and England, where the gap between all of the university and teaching education and then research is enormous. Policymakers are pretty much not interested in what academics have to say at all. Whereas in Wales, it's an incredible moment. John Fillmore has pretty much written the education programme, and Donaldson is the most radical curriculum, certainly I've ever seen. And we all know that the major issue in Wales is that as they put poverty at the centre of education policy, but also every department of the government, where ones are, they have actually. We know that for them, they always have to be radical, which they very readily roll out. The major issues are just resourcing. And so the poverty comes to bite in a different way, and in a very important way in Wales. Also been asking, what language tools and resources do we need in universities in order to have all kind of influence whatsoever? And remember the first seminar, those who were there, Ruth Upton asked us to think very carefully about languages used as academics who are not able to speak to others. Now is the way, kind of gentle, standoffish, open, sophisticated, whatever. So I'll put one involved in big years project of our discussing with communities. It's very, very fun as an academic that actually needs to be closed down, and that your expertise actually is only one kind of expertise. It certainly is not the expertise of the people who are living lives and who are living So the second point I want to make is how we gather information. So as you know, our sort of main tool has been one sheet or two sides of the form. We've asked and for our speakers today for contributing to us, and these go on the website. Each of the seminars can have when invited members to write one of A4, and that we've had obviously local policymakers, teachers, and academics, and we're beginning to get more and more of a picture. The other thing that we must be as inclusive as possible, and momentum. So we have two seminars here jointly organised with colleagues in Australia. We think we're going to four symposium at AARE, and I've been talking to Susan Gagnon here about how we're trying to work together with the networking development Australia. The point I want to talk really is about methods. So all of our we have been talking about the importance of understanding the meanings of young people's activities who are teaching them, and so obviously qualitative methods coming to the fore. But then in our next final event, community forum, we flip over, ask young people for their views. Because poverty is such a taboo subject, and because there are so many apologising discourses of poverty, primarily of course in the media, where just like the programme that on tap them in your house, picking up children to the food you eat, to your body, which is all pathologized. It means that young people have media representations of them. So in order to actually properly get at their experiences, you have to come at the subject in very tangential ways. So we have been developing very different arts-based approaches, and those of you who know about and Reynolds, where we've been to more arts-based methods. And this comes big long-term and logical shifts, and so we've often very much carried around with an echo on technology, where we never put our eye how we are implicated in knowledge that we produce from the methods. These methods are very, very offended, and often do not know what come out of them. So we're working at a radical uncertainty. However, just to plug the final event, the Community Forum, hosted by Abraham Moss, in North Manchester, which is both in a very poor area but a very Muslim area as well, and it's collecting artifacts and poems and stories from people in 3 different schools in Manchester, in the most deprived area. It's their artifacts that will speak at the forum, not the young people themselves. So it's the artworks that's the basis for conveying their experiences. But we're inviting parents of those young people, and we will work towards a document that we will hand in with the Bureau Commission. So the 14th of July. Okay, just I don't know if I've got any time left, but I promised that I would say a little bit about the findings today. And you can see if you've already covered this ground, but after having kind of flatlined for a number of years, we know that child poverty is on the rise across the 4 jurisdictions, and this is primarily to the way benefits can be accessed. And it's Kitty Stewart who was on this. There is a fundamental discourse in school policy about the achievement gap. The gap which goes usually using preschool meals as a measure, and it's beginning, poverty is exacerbated, comes to be defined neoliberal privilege, the market, ideological consequences, and how the poor represent society, and that's how publics and policymakers imagine solutions. So, myths of current, arguably, neoliberal discourse approaches that imply that schools have solved the problem by becoming more effective has, as David Egan has helped to understand, inevitably succeeded in involving some quantitative outcomes, but it's unsustainable and impoverished approach. And he and we know real sustainable approaches should be based on parent, community, school partnership, place the needs of the young people at the centre. We need to individualise the problem. So Britain has a really huge image problem. Poor children are pathologized in the media, poor communities stigmatized and represented as scroungers of the welfare state. And these simplistic representations blind people to the real complex problems that are faced by poor communities with often very strong historical legacies, for example, industrialization. And these images that are perpetuated simplify the problem, they erode, they position poor as the outsiders on the margin of society. So the policy landscape is continuously defining as an academic failure rather than a lack of financial and other resources. And it's then taking out the context in which specific groups created and marginal. So we'll carry on our work in our interim that talks about the need to develop alternative courses, then how do we actually help teachers to have these alternative discourses? And thirdly, we're talking about new methods and new ways of doing these in this area. So I'll stop there.
Thank you very much, Gabrielle, and really nice to see you, and we shall enjoy your day